So in question number 17, we are given a data set and we want to partition it into some bins using different binning methods. The first is equal frequency partitioning, then it is equal width partitioning or clustering, right? So if we see the question number 17 solution, taking the data set as follows, the equal frequency partitioning inside the what happens, basically why do we do binning? So basically to simplify the data, right? Sometimes the data can have huge range, so to simplify it we just partition it into different bins and then we apply operations on those specific bins. Another is to smooth the data set or to reduce the noise in the data set, we usually form bins. So the first method is the equal frequency partitioning. In what we will take here in bin size as 3, right? 3 bins of that particular data set we will create. So in the first, the equal frequency partitioning thing, we equally divide each and every data which is present in the data set in equal numbers. If we can see in the table is that for 3 bins, the total number of there are 12 values. So if we divide the 12 with 3, so the 4 values inside each bin will get occupied, as we can see inside the question. So this is how the equal frequency partitioning happens. From starting to the end, just take some equal interval range of the data and put it into a bin, right? Now if we move forward, the equal width partitioning, what happens inside is that we partition the whole data set into 3 parts. For now, there could be numerous amount of parts. So at first we find out the range, like how much range, how much like the distance between the initial and the final point is there. So here in the current question it is 210. So as our goal is to form 3 bins, so we divide the 200 by 3 and we usually get 70, right? So here the bin range becomes from 5 to 75, 75 to 145 and 145 to 250. We basically divided that whole data set into 3 bins where each bin has a width of 70, right? And then we put those values from 5 to 75, whatever the values were there, we just put it into the first bin and so on. The next is the clustering based binning. So this is kind of a binning in which we form clusters in terms of, like, here we just took the clusters as the low score, the medium score, and now some high score. So clusters doesn't have a specific formula to form clusters. It could be it could depend on many aspects. Here we took it as some high score, low score. Here we define some threshold or a bound at which the cluster will change. So here we took 5 to 15 as low score, 35 to 92 as mid range, and 204 and 215 as high scorers. So this is kind of how clustering based binning is used to form the bins, right? This was all about this question. Thank you.